This is Team Trash with the first episode of Trailer Trash with Mac and
John.
This time we're talking about the Justice League trailer that came out at Comic-Con. We're going to watch it and pause at points where we feel like talking about it, and then probably talk about it a little more afterwards. Anything you want to say going in?
Let's get this started.
Great.
There's a stranger who comes to this village from the sea. He comes in the winter when people are hungry and brings fish. He comes on the king tide. That was last night.
Wait, I just want to mention this again. I was listening to Kevin Smith and Mark Bernardin on Fat Man on Batman talk about this trailer too, and that point that they make where this is a hero in a DC movie actually doing something heroic is so great.
With
like,
what? With this part where they're talking about
they're talking about what Aquaman's doing, where he's coming in and bringing fish to this village so they can eat. That's so great. Like that's actual heroism. Yeah. It's not like destroying an entire fucking city twice.
I mean, outside of the school bus in the beginning of Man of Steel,
which his dad tells him not to do.
Yeah, we've seen very little in the way of actual heroics. I mean, Batman did break up that sex trafficking ring. So
yeah, I mean, that's heroic. But he also branded a man who was murdered in prison. Didn't attack the cop, but sort of got him to shoot at his partner. Batman, he did something heroic, but he's also terrifying.
And I feel like they missed an opportunity to have Bruce Wayne then do something to actually stop sex trafficking in Gotham using his bajillions of dollars.
Instead of, killing a dozen people.
He's paying for their hospital bills, not really.
No, they're dead. He's not even paying for the funerals.
Sending flowers to their funerals, also not.
That might be the most heroic thing Bruce Wayne does in that movie. He pays for Superman's funeral. That's it. He weakens him and then, pays for his funeral. Great. Alright, let's keep going.
Chuck.
Call Drogon.
I believe that an enemy is coming.
That's a mother
far
box,
away.
right?
Looks like it.
I'm looking for warriors. This stranger. Others like him.
I think he has to worry about being dehydrated.
Building an alliance to
Has anyone ever
defend
thought about that?
Aquaman needs to keep moist.
I see this man.
He actually kind of...
Does he go out as Batman with that beard?
Bruce Wayne.
You said that like it explains why there's a total stranger sitting in the dark in my second favorite chair.
He said he'll fight with us?
More or less.
More.
Why don't you have Wonder Woman talk to him?
No, that's another thing. He wouldn't talk to them.
Yeah.
Batman's the last one you recruit.
They're both warrior representatives of their respective kingdoms.
Yeah, that's true.
Relate to them on a warrior level.
That's so neat. What if it killed him? Just think about that. He's he either doesn't have the power or he's so shocked he doesn't think to use it, and it just implants itself 4 inches into his brain, and he Affleck just has to leave.
What's interesting about this, if we could pause this for just a second, is that this is him reacting to something, to a danger, right?
Yeah.
And so this is supposedly his default speed setting. This doesn't look all that fast. This doesn't even look like X-Men Apocalypse level Quicksilver fast. Because say this Batarangs flying across the room in a half a second?
Okay.
And instead here it's taking, 20 or 30 seconds.
Yeah.
That's fast, but it's not Quicksilver clearing out an entire room before bullets.
Yeah, but this is just general reaction speed.
Yeah.
This is turn it on for a sec. This is him sort of letting his power go. So if anything, that should show you he's pretty powerful.
Yeah. And that's a good point too. He's not going to burn through his clothes right now either. He's not in the suit. So I do like what they're doing. The effect, at least,
the effect looks good. It looks better than I thought it was going to. And I like him better now that he doesn't have the long ass ponytail.
The man bun.
Now that he doesn't look homeless.
Yeah, which didn't make any sense because
they should have
it's going to be flapping around when you're running.
No, they should have refilmed that scene and told him hey, Mr. Miller,
take a shower.
We're gonna have to cut your hair. And he's like, no, guys, you can't cut my hair. And there's like, no, we really, like, it doesn't make sense for your character to have a ponytail.
Fun fact, if you think Ezra Miller looks great for The Flash, you should check him out in After School. It's this little indie from like 2009. Totally going to change your view of the character and the actor. Prepare you for more of what's to come.
Oh boy. We're just going to go back to the trailer now.
So you're fast.
That feels like an oversimplification.
I'm putting together a team. People with special abilities.
A team of
See, I believe enemies
Avengers.
become-
Stop right there. I'm in.
Oh, this part makes me sad.
Just like that.
Yeah, I need friends.
That's so depressing.
So
Don't have him say that.
I'm conflicted about this because on one hand, I really dig the fact that he just accepts right away. Like, that feels very much in character. Like, I'm putting together a team of superheroes. I'm in. And then they turn around and do it like, I'm socially awkward and I'm doing this
that's
weird
like the thing. He's
with my
like,
tongue.
I'm really socially awkward and I don't have any friends.
It feels almost like this is, and this is something we've talked about before, it seems almost like this is more of a Wally West than a Barry Allen Flash.
I would hope so. Because, I mean, like, I know they're different, but even in the show, Grant Gustin as the Flash, he has friends.
Yeah.
Lots of friends. This guy should have... After the accident, you'd think, like, oh, yeah, someone was at my bedside. I had friends. Because when you think of it from that perspective, like, yeah, I was in a coma. No friends. No one was there. I was a John Doe for, like, 3 months.
It almost sounds like he's well on his way to becoming a supervillain at this point.
Yeah.
Like, superpowers, no friends, socially awkward, like, this is a ticking time bomb.
He's the Reverse Flash.
Yeah.
That's how this works.
Spoilers, guys.
He changed his name from Eobard Thawne to Barry Allen.
Right. Can I keep this?
No, you can't. They're expensive.
Each one of it is too grand.
I don't like how Cyborg looks.
I don't like the Flash's costume.
I heard about you.
It's bad.
It just,
Cyborg looks as good as he could in something that isn't animated.
I like, and this is just...
Wait for it.
I hear you can talk to fish.
Batman making a joke. How great is that? He's making a joke.
I mean, I hope that comes back in a big way. Sort of like you had the New 52 first run where Aquaman calls up like an entire ocean worth of sea monsters basically to fight Darkseid. I hope he's like, you want to see me talk to fish? And like...
He calls up a shark to eat Batman.
Yeah, where he's like, I hear you talk to fish. Yeah, I talk to...
That's how I got them here and fed them to this village.
Yeah.
These things I can talk to.
Or-
I heard them scream as they die.
Doing something with like the fish and Barry Allen's fish thing. Because you know he's got fish because he has no friends.
They died when he was in the coma.
Nobody fed him.
Because he doesn't have friends. Oh, yeah, but his costume looks bad. It looks like weird and like broken
And-
up. It makes his body look weird too.
They did almost, if we can go back and find it in the video, they did almost a jump cut. Let's see, where is it? Somewhere around here. Right here. They do almost a jump cut where he's standing in one place, all of a sudden he's standing back there. I hope they don't do a lot of that in the movie. I want to see less of that and more of his super slow-mo, high-speed, high frame rate camera action.
Yeah.
Especially with the lightning.
But look at the cost. Like, it looks like weird plastic armor. Like, he has, like, the weird chest plate. Like, it just breaks up his body in such a weird...
It looks very
Almost-
over-designed.
Yeah.
It looks very much like the Season 1 Daredevil armor.
Yeah,
Where-
the Daredevil costume doesn't look good either.
You've
I
got a lot
think
of weird angles, a lot of unnecessary lines.
and like weird. This is somewhat like the New 52 costume, where they all sort of had way more lines and they're more broken up for some reason. When they don't, it could just be one solid costume. And I know there's the problem where, at least in the past, the solid red costume just visually doesn't look good. You know, like Ben Affleck's Daredevil solid red costume doesn't look good. Even on the show, the solid red Flash costume, it works for what it needs to, and it works for what I assume the budget they have. But with a little work, it could look better. This is like 5 steps too high. Theirs is maybe a couple steps too low, and they need to meet somewhere more in the middle. This isn't it.
And even from like a physics standpoint, aerodynamically, more angles means more drag, means less aerodynamic. This is like, high school level physics, probably getting a lot of things wrong, but just looking at it, it doesn't look like it would be the most comfortable to run in either.
No.
So there's that.
Yeah, it's
a work in progress. Let's hope that they can
fix
it a little bit.
It looks like armor, like Injustice, and it makes sense that he would need armor, but it just doesn't look good. And I feel like it makes sense, I guess, with his character if it is armor. Going with the fact that he's like socially awkward and doesn't have friends, he probably doesn't have the confidence either. So he doesn't think of his powers in the way like where I don't need the armor, I can run past the bullet.
Not if you're Quicksilver. Spoilers, guys. Spoilers for a 2-year-old movie.
Yep. So that, I guess that makes sense. But then, there's also Batman's costume, which is just like one solid piece. Same with Superman's, one solid piece, and it looks good. This looks really bad. This is a poorly designed costume. They could have done better.
So, all in all, thoughts on the trailer?
I'm really excited. They had Batman make a joke, which we're going to watch again.
Didn't think you were real. I'm real when it's useful.
And I missed that the first time. That's fucking cool.
But like after everything that's happened with Batman, Superman, like I'm pretty sure everybody knows he's real. I don't think. Well, and this is an older.
Cyborg even like he was still being made.
This is an older Bruce Wayne supposedly too, so I think we're far past the point of.
You know what else is
a Batman?
Weird? No one knows who he is. No, they brought that up on the Fat Man on Batman thing too. Like no one in Batman v Superman like really knows who he is.
Ben Affleck or
Bruce Wayne.
Well, it happened here too.
Yeah,
he says
Aquaman,
I'm Bruce. First, the Fishing Town doesn't recognize him.
Yeah,
Aquaman doesn't recognize him.
Fishing Town, that's a little more likely, but even still, like if they've seen. He would probably be on newspapers, on TV. Like people would know what he looks like.
It's like if George Clooney were to sit down between us for this little video and be like,
"We'd know who
I'm George Clooney," and it's like, who?
Yeah, it's so weird that no one knows who he is.
Lingering questions. I feel like for what it is, a nice little teaser. Almost trailer to get people excited,
which is a surprise that they even brought it out.
Yeah, I'm very happy with it. I'd much prefer it to what they did with Batman v Superman, which is I feel like gave away the entire movie in the trailer.
They did the same thing with Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
you watched all of
the good parts of the movie in Suicide Squad.
Yeah, they get it. They don't make you work for it. So, DC/Warner Brothers.
I think less is more is definitely the way to go.
Yeah, if they stick with this, then they could have if they stick with not showing us as much, they could have a really, really strong movie. But if they again do what they did with Batman v Superman and show us more to get us excited, then they're screwed.
Yeah, so I would rate this trailer out of a total ranking of what do we want to do? 4 trash cans?
Yeah, 4 trash cans.
3.5.
Wait, why not 5 trash cans? Everyone does it out of 5. Okay. Why are you doing 4?
We'll say 4 filled to the brim trash cans.
I'm gonna go 5.
5 trash cans?
Yeah, because you have to think about it more from the perspective of when it was released. No one expected...
That's true.
We saw this for the first time back at Comic-Con, the end of day 3, right when it was released. And it was so cool. So excited. I was so excited. I didn't expect any footage. I thought maybe we'd get a picture of like a couple of the costumes. Maybe we'd get like like a mock-up logo or I don't know. We might maybe get like a tiny bit of like footage between like Batman and Wonder Woman, but that was it. And we got a whole like serviceable 2-minute 38-second trailer, which is pretty impressive. Yeah. So anything else?
I think I'm pretty good.
All right. Well,
I'm not going to be changing my score. I stand by my 4 trash cans.
All right. Well, check out the trailer if you haven't already. Thanks, guys.